What if the most dangerous weapon wasn't a gun, wasn't a knife, but something sitting quietly in your medicine cabinet? In the fall of 1982, 7 people would take a pill meant to ease pain, and instead, they would die within minutes. No warning, no suspect, and no one knew how many more pills were still out there. This is not just a story about murder. It's a story about fear spreading faster than poison, about a killer who was never caught, and about a crime so terrifying it permanently changed how every product you buy is sealed today. But what investigators uncovered next would reveal something far more chilling. Chicago, September 29, 1982. 12-year-old Mary Kellerman wakes up sick. Her parents do what millions of families do every day. They reach for extra-strength Tylenol. Within minutes of swallowing the capsule, Mary collapses. By the time she reaches the hospital, she's gone. Doctors are confused. There's no illness, no visible cause. Then another call comes in, and then another. Within hours, healthy adults, parents, workers, neighbors are dropping dead after taking the same medication. Something is terribly wrong, but no one knows how bad it's about to get. Investigators rush to connect the dots. The victims didn't know each other. They bought Tylenol from different stores, different neighborhoods. But when forensic teams examine the capsules, they find the unthinkable. Each pill is packed with potassium cyanide, a lethal poison that kills in minutes. This wasn't a factory mistake. This was murder. Someone had taken Tylenol bottles off-shore shelves, poisoned the capsules, and quietly returned them, turning everyday shopping into a death trap. And the most terrifying question loomed: how many poisoned bottles were still out there? Chicago freezes. Tylenol disappears from shelves overnight. Hospitals flood with terrified patients. Parents dump medicine bottles into the trash. The FBI launches one of the largest investigations in U.S. history. A letter arrives demanding $1 million to stop the killings. The sender calls himself a mastermind. But investigators quickly realize something unsettling. The letter might be a distraction, and the killer may never strike again. Or worse, may already be watching the chaos unfold. But just when authorities believe they're closing in, the case begins to slip through their fingers. Despite massive media coverage, no arrests are made. The crime scene spans an entire city. The evidence is circumstantial. The suspect list grows cold. Decades later, theories still swirl. Was it a calculated extortion plot, a disturbed loner seeking power, or someone who simply wanted to watch the world panic? One man, James William Lewis, is convicted of extortion related to the letter, but never charged with murder. And to this day, the Tylenol killer has never been identified. Let that sink in. Someone committed a mass murder and vanished. Stories like this remind us how fragile normal life really is. If you're drawn to deep, unsolved cases that changed history, make sure you subscribe to Case File Commentary TV and turn on notifications, because the next case may be even darker. While the killer escaped justice, their impact was permanent. Johnson & Johnson recalls 31 million bottles of Tylenol, a move that costs over $100 million but saves lives. From this tragedy comes tamper-proof seals, plastic wrapping, foil barriers. Every safety seal you break today exists because 7 people died in silence. And yet, we still don't know who did it. So here's the question that still haunts investigators. Do you believe the Tylenol killer intended to kill again, or was the fear itself the final goal? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. The Tylenol murders weren't just a crime, they were a warning. That danger doesn't always come crashing through the door. Sometimes it's handed to us in familiar packaging with a trusted name on the label. And somewhere, the person responsible may have lived a full life, never answering for what they did. This has been Case File Commentary TV, and if this case unsettled you, stay here, because the next file is already open.